Introduction: Survival in the Desert. The story begins in the scorching desert. Daytime temperatures exceed 50 degrees Celsius, while nights drop below freezing. How does the desert fox survive in such harsh conditions? During the day, he rests in a cool burrow and hunts at night. Water sources are limited to oases, often requiring long travels. Rumors of a traitor among the allies spread, making trust a critical issue. In this environment, betrayal can be fatal. The fox must decide whom to trust. Can he overcome this challenge? Chapter 1: Meeting Allies. The fox, searching for water at an oasis, encounters a camel, hedgehog, and scorpion. They pledge to survive together, forming bonds of friendship. However, the camel soon starts acting suspiciously, secretly dealing with other animals, causing the fox to worry. Despite his doubts, the fox understands that trusting others is essential for survival, so he chooses to cooperate. Yet, the fox continues to struggle with whether to trust the camel or not. Will the fox's trust hold strong? Chapter 2: Battle for Water. A fierce struggle erupts over the only water source, the oasis. Water is vital for survival, and every animal desperately tries to secure it. The camel takes advantage of the chaos, plotting behind the scenes. The fox fights to protect his allies, but trust starts to waver. He's unsure whom to trust amidst betrayal. Though they manage to secure the water, the fox's doubts persist, complicating the story further. Can the fox make the right choice to survive? Chapter 3: The Truth About Betrayal. The hedgehog tells the fox that the camel is the traitor. However, the hedgehog has also betrayed others in the past, leaving the fox unsure whether to trust him. Caught between trust and doubt, the fox decides to gather evidence to rebuild trust with his allies. As mistrust spreads, the fox must maintain his composure and seek the truth. The fox plans with his allies to uncover the real traitor, but doubts linger. Chapter 4: Beginning of Revenge. The fox finally decides to take revenge on the camel. As the fox becomes convinced of the camel's betrayal, he is filled with rage, but soon realizes that revenge could dull his survival instincts. He chooses to prioritize survival and rebuild trust with his allies. The fox sets a trap for the camel, but the camel counters it, turning the tables. Torn between revenge and trust, the fox ultimately decides to pursue trust. Though rebuilding trust takes time, the fox remains determined. Chapter 5: The Terror of Sandstorms. A sudden sandstorm hits the desert, obscuring visibility and causing chaos. The fox and his allies desperately search for shelter, realizing that trust is essential to survive the deadly storm. After the storm passes, mistrust lingers in the fox's heart, but he renews his resolve to move forward with his allies. Though complete trust is still far off, the fox vows to continue onward. Can they overcome the challenges ahead? Chapter 6: Bonds with Allies. After surviving the sandstorm, the fox and his allies work hard to deepen their bonds. Overcoming past doubts, they promise to support each other. Yet, the shadow of the camel's betrayal lingers and full trust remains elusive. The fox prepares for new trials, determined to restore trust with his allies. He believes that trust and cooperation are the keys to overcoming future challenges. Can they establish complete trust? Chapter 7: Emergence of a New Enemy. A new enemy appears in the desert, aiming for dominance. The camel's betrayal weakens the team's unity, but the fox chooses to trust his allies and fight. The battle with the enemy is fierce, yet the fox stands strong, working with his allies. Through this battle, the fox realizes the importance of trust once more. This new challenge presents an opportunity for the fox to grow stronger. Can they defeat the enemy together? Chapter 8: Desert Wisdom. The fox and his allies use the unique wisdom of the desert to defeat the new enemy. They maximize survival techniques, achieving temporary victory, but doubts about the camel persist. The fox recognizes that wisdom and cooperation are crucial for survival and prepares for the next trial with his allies. Can they overcome the coming challenges together? Chapter 9: Trap and Escape. One day, the fox falls into a new enemy's trap. His allies come to the rescue, proving that with their help, any trial can be overcome. The escape from the trap strengthens the fox's belief in teamwork and trust. He renews his resolve to face upcoming difficulties with his allies. The fox moves forward, convinced that stronger bonds will lead to survival. Chapter 10: Confronting the Traitor. The fox finally confronts the camel. With his allies' support, he faces the camel's schemes and identifies the true traitor. The camel's intentions become clear during the confrontation, and the fox emerges victorious. However, this victory is just the beginning of rebuilding trust, and more effort is needed to fully restore bonds. The fox takes a step toward a new future with his allies. Chapter 11: The Cost of Lost Trust. Although victorious against the camel, the fox still struggles to fully regain his allies' trust. The cost of lost trust is high, and new challenges arise. Determined to repair relationships, the fox continues to put in effort. Rebuilding trust is not easy, but the fox remains persistent, taking one step at a time. Will their bonds deepen once more? Chapter 12: Signs of New Bonds. The fox meets new allies and begins building bonds with them. Overcoming past betrayals, he finds hope in new trust. Cooperation grows, allowing trust to rebuild. The fox prepares for future adventures, drawing from past experiences. Establishing strong foundations, he sets out to face upcoming challenges. Chapter 13: The Final Trial. The final trial arrives. The fox and his allies must unite completely to overcome it. They demonstrate true unity, overcoming past betrayals. With his allies' help, the fox confirms their trust once more. After the trial, they commit to moving forward with new hope and deeper bonds. Chapter 14: Throne of the Desert. Having overcome all trials, the fox claims the throne of the desert. Celebrating with his allies, he commits to protecting desert peace. By overcoming past challenges, trust is restored. The fox and his allies prepare for new adventures, solidifying strong bonds and aiming for a peaceful future. Chapter 15: Journey to the Future. The fox, with new allies, decides to embark on a new adventure beyond the desert. Drawing from past experiences, he is prepared for upcoming challenges. Recognizing the importance of trust, he steps forward with new hope. Through cooperation, the fox embraces new challenges and sets out on a journey of hope.